Thank you to this wonderful music, and please be seated. It is my great pleasure to welcome everyone here today, the faculty, staff, family and friends, and most importantly, the graduates of the Physical Sciences Division. This diploma and hooding ceremony is part of the 537th convocation of the University of Chicago. For 130 years, the University of Chicago community has gathered at convocation to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduating students. Convocation means calling together, and today we call together our newest Doctor of Philosophy in programs in the Division of the Physical Sciences. These programs include the fields of astronomy and astrophysics. You can scream when it's your field. So anybody in astronomy and astrophysics? Yay! All right. Biological sciences, shy people, but they are here, I know. Chemistry, computation and applied math, computer science, data science, not too many yet, geophysical sciences, mathematics, physics, and statistics. In these programs, basic and applied physical and mathematical sciences are deepened, expanded, and transformed into new academic and professional areas of crucial importance and impact in today's world. Speaking of impact, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the recent passing of one of our faculty members, Robert J. Zimmer, Chancellor Emeritus and 13th President of the University of Chicago, who had an epic impact on our great institution and on higher education throughout the world. Bob, as he was known, joined the Department of Mathematics in 1977, became chair of the department in 1991, and was president of the university from 2006 to 2021. Bob was a brilliant mathematician, exceptional visionary, outstanding administrator, and a great friend to many of us in the PhD community. A champion of the Chicago principles of freedom of expression, he transformed UChicago into a more diverse, ambitious, vibrant, open, and globally engaged university. He led the creation of several new academic programs over the course of his career, benefiting many of our graduates that we celebrate today. I agree. That sounded very, very smart. PhD Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Today, you are joining a distinguished group of alumni who have worked hard to deepen our understanding and expand the frontiers of physical and mathematical sciences, and to bridge interdisciplinary boundaries to define new areas of inquiry. You moved us closer to understanding the origins of life and the origins of the universe, including all its components, such as planets, stars, black holes, dark matter, dark energy, and cosmic rays, a personal favorite. You studied nature of neutrinos, the Higgs, and other subatomic particles, probing the fundamental laws of nature. Well done, I agree. You studied changes to the Earth's climate today and hundreds of millions of years ago. You developed new tools for sustainability of life on the planet, on our planet, and study sustainability of life in other planets. You improved the health of humans and other living systems through biological physics, chemical biology, but material sciences, and many other ways. You developed new theories and complex models, answering open questions and posing new ones. You envisioned the future of quantum computing and quantum systems and moved us closer to the future. You built pioneering instruments, telescopes, and microscopes to find answers to deep questions. You create artificial intelligence to help us understand and discover new science. You also prepared our community and the world for the responsible and ethical use of these powerful new technologies. These achievements highlight our tradition and strong commitment to deepening our understanding of the world around us and building a better world. Your scientific and mathematical contributions have a global impact, but you also engage locally in outreach across Chicagoland, inspiring future generations at schools, building a more inclusive scientific community. You supported the first Southside Science Festival last September, where 2,500 community members learned and enjoyed science from 450 scientists and volunteers. We invite you to participate again this coming September 30th. Graduates, you are equipped with curiosity, creativity, courage, and wisdom to tackle the many challenges and opportunities that the future will bring. Embark on your next steps knowing that you are well prepared by your UChicago education. We have great confidence in you and hold immense hope for your promising futures because you have already advanced the boundaries of knowledge. You also developed a support network at UChicago that you'll be able to turn to for years, and we hope you continue to engage with us. And most importantly, you have made an impact on us, on your families, and on this world. We are very proud of you. Congratulations. Okay. The tremendous accomplishments of our graduates would not be possible without the dedication. Sorry, is that? I have a feeling that this. Sorry, folks, some goes with that. That's later. Yep, you're good. You're good. Oh, we do this now. Sorry, it's different than the one we had yesterday, just in case you are. She's confused, but yesterday this happened later. The tremendous accomplishment of our graduates would not be possible without the dedication and passion of the professors who facilitate their education. In recognition of this, the University of Chicago each year honors members of the faculty who have demonstrated exemplary teaching and mentoring throughout their careers. Nominees are chosen by graduate students, and the testimonials of current and former students comprise the bulk of nomination materials. The winner is selected by a committee of previous award recipients and other distinguished faculty members. This year's Faculty Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring from the Division of the Physical Sciences will be presented by Viresh Rawal, Professor and Chair of Chemistry. I think you come up at this point, and he's. You're going to be talking, and then we do the. Sorry, guys, I should have rehearsed.
Dean Olinto, I have the honor to present Boji Tian for the Faculty Award for Excellence in Graduate Teaching and Mentoring. Boji Tian is a highly regarded leader in biophysics and one of the pioneering scientists who developed semiconductor materials that mimic cellular behavior. He's also a caring and inspiring teacher. He developed the much-loved hyper-interdisciplinary biophysical chemistry course that, like all the courses that Boji teaches, has always received glowing praise from students for its engaging, student-focused pedagogy. An exemplary mentor to his graduate students and postdocs, many of whom have gone on to prominent careers as researchers and academics, Boji inspires his students to reach for the sky, just as he has done throughout his own impressive career. And while Boji is renowned for his scientific accomplishments, he's also an artist who creatively transforms atomic-level imagery into works of art.
All right. All right, well, you know jazz versus classical music, right? So think of jazz for today's ceremony, because I was going to say this and then give it to him, but let me say it anyway. So, driving scientific advances at the intersection of chemistry, physics, biology, and engineering, Boji Chen is also a cherished colleague and an inspiring educator who sets a high bar for teaching and mentoring in the Department of Chemistry at Chicago. So let's thank Boji again. And now, I am delighted to announce this year's recipients of the Arthur L. Kelly Prize. In 2013, Art Kelly established the Art L. Kelly Faculty Prize for exceptional service in the Physical Sciences Division. Mr. Kelly received his MBA from the university in 1964 and established the same faculty prize at the Booth School of Business in 1999. In addition to his contributions to finance, business, international relations, and geography, Mr. Kelly served as trustee of the university from 1988 to 2008 and has served for nearly 2 decades on the Physical Sciences Division Council, including 10 years as chair. We are pleased to honor his contributions to the Physical Sciences Division and the University of Chicago through this award. The Kelly Prize celebrates faculty who, outside of their classroom, teaching, and research, have made exceptional efforts in promoting and supporting the Physical Sciences Division. I am pleased to announce the 2023 recipients of the Arthur L. Kelly Prize for Exceptional Faculty Service in the Physical Sciences Division are, envelope, Michael J. Franklin and Dan Nicolai. I now invite, and we could do that, I now invite Deputy Dean Dinner to present the Arthur L. Kelly Prize.
The 2023 recipients of the Arthur L. Kelly Prize for Exceptional Faculty Service in the Physical Sciences Division are Michael J. Franklin, Liu Family Chair of Computer Science, Senior Advisor to the Provost on Computation and Data Science, and Faculty Co-Director of the Data Science Institute, and Dan Nicolai, Professor in the Departments of Statistics and Human Genetics and the Section of Genetic Medicine, and Faculty Co-Director of the Data Science Institute. Michael J. Franklin receives the prize in recognition of his service as chair of the Department of Computer Science and leadership of data science at the University of Chicago. Franklin is a noted authority on databases, data science, data management, and distributed systems. Under his leadership, the Department of Computer Science has undergone a rapid expansion in scope and stature, building world-leading research efforts in many areas, including human-computer interaction, machine learning, artificial intelligence, quantum computing. During his 7 years as department chair, computer science doubled the size of the faculty, doubled the number of PhD students, and became the second most popular major on campus. During this time, the department moved into a custom-renovated, light-filled new home in the John Carrar Library, designed to encourage collaboration and serendipitous discovery. Franklin is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, a fellow of the Association for Computing Machinery, and the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Dan Nicolai receives the prize in recognition of his contributions as chair of the Department of Statistics from 2016 to 2022 and leadership of data science at the University of Chicago. Nicolai's research is focused on the areas of statistical genetics and mathematical statistics. The problems he studies are mainly motivated by applications to genetics and genomic studies on common complex diseases. As chair of the Department of Statistics, he steered the department through faculty growth by recruiting and promoting top faculty while stimulating a transition to a broad cross-disciplinary unit with research that spans statistics, applied mathematics, machine learning, data science, and their applications. As a PhD alumnus of U Chicago, he continues to be an enthusiastic advocate of the division and the university, as well as its mission to define and advance new fields of knowledge. Michael Franklin and Dan Nicolai have led a joint effort with the Departments of Computer Science and Statistics in the university to advance data science education and research on campus. They spearheaded the creation of the University of Chicago Data Science Institute and the Committee on Data Science, where a growing cohort of faculty develops a robust program of interdisciplinary research initiatives. graduate and undergraduate degrees and partnerships with industry and academic institutions nationally and internationally. Congratulations to Michael Franklin and Dan Mickley.
At the university-wide ceremony this morning, I presented our candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy to the president of the university. In the presence of the faculty of the university and members of the Board of Trustees, President Alivisatos formally conferred those degrees in recognition of the incredible academic achievements of our students. Today, these scholars who are being admitted to the community of Doctors of Philosophy will receive both a hood and their diploma for their disciplinary achievement. The components of the academic regalia derived from the medieval clerical dress are the gown, the cap, and those attaining the highest competencies, the hood. The velvet edge of the hood is dark blue, indicating the significant achievement of the level of Doctor of Philosophy. The lining is maroon, the school color of the University of Chicago. In our ceremony, the hood will be placed over the head of the candidates by the dissertation advisor of department chair or faculty representative. I invite the Dean of Students, Bahara Lampert, to read the names of our graduates. Please, Bahara.
As Dean of Students for the Physical Sciences Division, I now have the honor to present for their diploma and hood these students who have attained scholarly distinction. They have prepared a dissertation that contributes to knowledge in a particular field of research in the physical sciences, culminating in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Ankar Agarwal. Physics. Advisors, Aaron Chow and David Schuster. Dissertation, Superconducting Qubit Advantage for Dark Matter. Walter Alvarado, Woo, indeed. Biophysical Sciences. Advisors, Juan de Pablo and Andrew Ferguson. Dissertation, Tetranucleosome Interactions Drive Chromatin Folding. Chuke Arinze. Physics. Advisor, Arvind Murugan. Dissertation, Sculpting Folding Pathways Through Physical Learning in Mechanical Systems. Thaint Nandar Ong, Chemistry. Advisor, Juan Mendoza. Dissertation, The Role of Cytokine Receptor JAK Affinity and JAK-JAK Geometry in Limited Type 3 Interferon Response. Jonathan Baker, Computer Science. Advisor, Fred Chong. Dissertation, Architectural Design for Emerging Quantum Technologies. Ishan Banerjee, Mathematics. Advisor, Benson Farb. Dissertation, The Topology of Discriminant Complements. Bruno Barbarioli, Computer Science. Advisor, Sanjay Krishnan. Dissertation, Principal Data Compression Algorithms for Large-Scale Sensing. Wenjun Tai, Mathematics. Advisors, Aaron Potechin and Alexander Rozborov. Dissertation, On the Spectrum of Singular Values of Multi-Z-Shaped Graph Matrices. Aaron Chen, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisor, Lekheng Lim. Dissertation, Applied Topology and Geometry of Neural Codes in Data. Graduates, there's arrows on the floor. Okay. Okay, was that Aaron Chen? Sorry, I lost my space. Yeah, okay, all right. Yi-An Chen, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisors, Mihai Anitescu and Yuha Ku. Dissertation, Structured Low Complexity Matrix and Tensor Approximation with Applications. Yuming Chen, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisor, Daniel Sanz Alonso. Dissertation, Data-Driven Methods for Inverse Problems, Blending Data Assimilation and Machine Learning. Wen Han Chu, Department Physics. Advisor, Lian Tao Wang. Dissertation, Beyond the Standard Model Phenomena, from Model Building to Searches. Wu J. Cho, Chemistry. Advisor, Dmitry Talipin. Dissertation, Synthesis of Colloidal Semiconductor Nanocrystals in Unconventional Circumstances, Heterogeneous Mixtures and High-Pressure Reactors. Wen Hung Cho, Biophysical Sciences. Advisor, Margaret Gardell. Dissertation, Dynamics and Regulation of Myosin Clusters in Contractile Cytoskeletal Structures. Nina Marie Coyle, Physics. Advisor, Carlos Wagner. Dissertation, Hunting for New Physics in the Higgs and Neutrino Sectors. Jenna Cryan, Computer Science. Advisors, Ben Zhao and Heather Zhang. Dissertation, Measuring and Mitigating Bias in Text and Voice. June Dai, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisor, Lekheng Lim. Dissertation, Complexity and Numerical Stability in Matrix Computations and Non-Convex Optimization. Rebecca Remai Deasing, Astronomy and Astrophysics. Advisors, Damiano Caprioli and Angela Alinto. Dissertation, The Maximum Energy of Shock-Accelerated Cosmic Rays. Xiao An Ding, Computer Science. Advisor, Janos Simon. Dissertation, Beyond Accuracy, Modeling Text for Robust NLP. Paulav Goyal, Mathematics. Advisor, Victor Ginsburg. Dissertation, Almost Commuting Scheme of Symplectic Matrices and Quantum Hamiltonian Reduction. Gerald Eric Herzog, Chemistry. Advisor, Stuart Rowan. Dissertation, Synthesis of doubly threaded 3-retaxanes and poly 3-retaxanes through component design. Jingwen Jiang, Computer Science. Advisor, Janos Simon. Dissertation, Financial Machine Learning with Alternative Data. Ah. Xiaoming Zhang, Chemistry. Advisor, Wenbin Lin. We're all right, we're okay. Advisor, Wenbin Lin. Dissertation, Nanoscale coordination polymers deliver chemotherapeutics and innate immune agonists for cancer therapy. Ananth Kamat, Chemistry. Advisor, Philippe Guillot-Siones. Dissertation, Bright Infrared Nanocrystals, Synthesis and Non-Radiative Mechanisms. Mark Gordon Clayfoth, Physics. Advisor, Robert M. Wald. Dissertation, Local and Covariant Flow Relations for OPE Coefficients in Lorentzian Spacetimes. Courtney Lillian Kroll, Biophysical Sciences. Advisors, Ronald Rock and Tobin Sosnick. Dissertation, Lilac, Designing and Implementing a Light-Sensitive Actin-Binding Peptide. Rachel Marie Laker, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor, Susan Kidwell. Dissertation, Preservational Heterogeneity of Marine Vertebrae in a Sequence Stratigraphic Context, Inferring Exposure and Burial Dynamics from Bone Preservation. Yang Hoon Lee, Statistics. Advisor, Rena Feugel Barber. Dissertation, Robust Estimation and Distribution-Free Inference for Supervised Learning. Hao Lee, Mathematics. Advisor, Matthew Emerton. Dissertation, Derived Jacquet-Emerton Module Functor. Huang Li, Computer Science. Advisors, Ben Zhao and Heather Zhang. Dissertation, Identifying and Mitigating Vulnerabilities of Deep Neural Networks in the Wild. Yuan-Shen Lee, Physics. Advisors, Kwangjae Kim and Young-Ki Kim. Dissertation, Transverse Gradient Undulator in a Storage Ring-Free Electron Laser Oscillator. Andrew Joseph Lidekin, Computer Science. Advisor, Fred Chong. Dissertation, Adapting Compilation Strategies for Architecture-Specific Features for Quantum Computing. Chunwei Liu, Computer Science. Advisor, Aaron Elmore. Dissertation, Fast and Effective Compression for IoT Systems. Tao Ku Luo, Chemistry. Advisor, Wenbin Lin. Dissertation, Metal Organic Nanosensitizers for Drug Delivery and Cancer Therapy. You all should know PSD is the most fun division, so it's a totally true statement. I believe it to be true. Andrew McNutt, Computer Science. Advisor, Ravi Chu. Dissertation, Understanding and Enhancing JSON-based DSLs for Visualization. Matthew McParleton, Computer Science. Andrew Drucker and Jinbo Xu. Dissertation, Deep Learning Methods for Computational Protein Design. Christopher Melnichek, Chemistry. Advisor, Philippe Guillot-Sionnes. Dissertation, Infrared Carrier Dynamics in Mercury Chalcogenide Quantum Dots from Fundamental Spectroscopy to Next Generation Optoelectronics. Katrina Renee Miller, Physics. Advisor, David Schmitz. Dissertation, Measurements of the exclusive differential charged current cross-section for electron neutrinos on argon with the NUMI dataset in Microboon. Osamu Miyawaki, Geophysical Sciences. Advisor, Tiffany Shaw. Dissertation, Energy Balance and Lapse Rate Regimes in the Modern Climate and Their Response to Warming. Jessica Morgan, Biophysical Sciences. Advisors, Jean Greenberg and Boji Tian. Dissertation, Use of Nanomaterials for Transient Transformation of Plants. Andres Moya Rodriguez, Biophysical Sciences. Advisors, Anandita Onibasu and Mary Hames. Dissertation, design and fabrication of cephalic vein models on end-stage renal disease patients for hemodynamics characterization. Elizabeth Mulder, physics. Advisor, Aaron Esser-Khan. Dissertation, probing individual and collective macrophage responses with fluidic force microscopy. Nathan Mole, computer science. Advisor, Stuart Kurtz. Dissertation, weak and strong normalization of tiered pure type systems via type-preserving translation. Joshua Paul Mundinger, mathematics. Advisor, Victor Ginsberg. Dissertation, on deformation, quantization, and differential operators in positive characteristic. Shusuke Ochi, chemistry. Advisor, Guangben Dong. Dissertation, CC bond functionalization of cyclic ketones by rhodium and 2-aminopyridine cooperative catalysis. Nikita Onijuk, chemistry. Advisor, Julia Gali. Dissertation, understanding the magnetic environment of spin qubits from first principles. Anshuman Shankar Paul, physics. Advisor, Thomas Witten. Dissertation, faceted wrinkling at a contracted curved boundary, isometry, and hysteretic wavelength selection. Bipul Pandey, physics. Advisor, Peter Littlewood. Dissertation, power series correction to single particle electron Green's function. Applications to one-dimensional Holstein chain. Soo Hyun Park, mathematics. Advisor, Benson Farb. Dissertation, connections between Euler characteristic invariance, H-vector problems, and algebrogeometric properties of polymatroids. Chung Peng, chemistry. Advisor, Scott Snyder. Dissertation, studies toward the strategic synthesis of natural products with contiguous all-carbon quaternary stereocenters. Ahsan Pervez, computer science. Advisor, Henry Hoffman. Dissertation, frameworks for general purpose adaptation in computing systems. Zhe-Yu Chao, chemistry. Advisor, Raymond Mullering. Dissertation, a synthetic mini-protein platform targeting transcription factors. Solomon Quinn, Computational and Applied Mathematics. Advisor, Guillaume Ball. Dissertation, Asymmetric Transport in Contiguous Topological Insulators. Mohammed Suhail Rahman, Department Computer Science. Advisor, Aaron Elmore. Dissertation, Reconstructing the Lineage of Artifacts in Data Lakes. David Benjamin Roberts, Physics. Advisor, Ashish Clerk. Dissertation, Hidden Time Reversal Symmetry, Detailed Balance and Exact Solutions of Open Quantum Systems. Brendan Saxberg, Physics. Advisors, David Schuster and John Simon. Dissertation, Creating Compressible Many-Body States of Light through the Adiabatic Tuning of Disorder. Colin R. Scheibner, Physics. Advisor, Vincenzo Vitelli. Dissertation, Studies in Odd Elasticity, Wrinkling Membranes, and Excitable Media. Robert Todd Schreiner, Physics. Advisor, Alexander High. Dissertation, Two-Dimensional Semiconductors for Chiral Nanophotonics. Tyler J. Skulzacek, Computer Science. Advisors, Kyle Chard and Ian Foster. Dissertation, Automated Metadata Extraction Can Make Data Swamps More Navigable. Cesar A. Stuardo, Computer Science. Advisor, Haryati Ganawi. Dissertation, Towards Scale Checkable Systems. Jonathan Trisnati, Physics. Advisor, Chang Chen. Dissertation, The Design and Construction of a Quantum Matter Synthesizer. Adam Weiss, Chemistry. Advisors, Aaron Esser Khan and Stuart Rowan. Dissertation, Bio-Macromolecular Constructs for Immunomodulation. Emily Wanger, Computer Science. Advisors, Heather Zhang and Ben Zhao. Dissertation, Reclaiming Data Agency in the Age of Ubiquitous Machine Learning. Zoan Shu, Chemistry. Advisor, Wenbin Lin. Dissertation, Nanoscale Metal Organic Frameworks for Cancer Therapies. Kai-Xuan Yao, Physics. Advisor Chang Chin. Dissertation, Domain Wall Dynamics and Many-Body Echo in Driven Bose-Einstein Condensates. Someday that baby's going to be on the stage, and you're going to think, remember when? Yeah. Hannah Yee, Chemistry. Advisor Norbert Schurer. Dissertation, Multiscale Trajectory Analysis and Snapshot 3D Microscopy Studies Elucidate Functional Consequences of Heterogeneous Insulin Granule Trafficking. Ha-Lin Zhang, Physics. Advisor David Schuster. Dissertation, Fast Control of Low-Frequency Fluxonium Qubits. Lu Fan Zhang, Computer Science. Advisor Shan Lu. Dissertation, End-User Programming in Smart Homes with Trigger Action Programs. Linda Zhang, Department Chemistry. Advisor Chuan He. Dissertation, Targeting the M6A Pathway for Cancer Immunotherapy. Chao Jie Zhang, Department Computer Science. Advisor Andrew Chien. Dissertation, Eliminating the Capacity Variation Penalty for Cloud Resource Management. Li Jia Zhou, Statistics. Advisor Nathan Srebro. Dissertation, A Statistical Learning Theory for Models with High Complexity. Ming Han Chow, Physics. Advisor Andrew Cleland. Dissertation, Quantum Measurements of Microwave Frequency Acoustic Resonators with Superconductor Circuits. Jingwan Chen, Mathematics. Advisor Andres Neves. Dissertation, Mean Curvature Flow on the Three-Sphere.
Well, let's give one more set of applauses to these, everybody. We are here to celebrate your great achievements. We also recognize that these achievements are built on the contributions of your family, friends, teachers and mentors, as well as scientists and mathematicians that came before you. I invite all graduates to take a moment and stand up and turn to the opposite direction and give them a set of applauses for all their support, please. You can turn back. And you can also keep standing up and thank all these people in the audience here who are on the stage, your mentors. One more time sitting down. As you leave this 537th convocation and embark on your next phase of your life, I hope the passion for learning and for solving very hard problems stays with you. As a fellow University of Chicago graduate, Carl Sagan once said, "Science is a way of thinking much more than it is a body of knowledge." We, your teachers, mentors, and colleagues, trust that you will build upon the new ways of thinking you discovered at the University of Chicago and that you will reach your highest aspirations while contributing to a better world. And please come back and visit us often. Thank you so much. This will now conclude the Physical Sciences PhD Diploma and Hooding Ceremony for the 537th Convocation of the University of Chicago. I thank all of you, and I think we want to wait for the faculty and me to leave, and then the graduates. But congratulations again.